What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk with Todd. Thank you so much for checking in today. Please hit that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. I really appreciate you guys helping me out, trying to get my subscribers up here. We post weekly, sometimes more than once a week, but definitely weekly. Got all kinds of content. I just put a interview up with Mark Farner from Grand Funk Railroad, so make sure you check that one out. That was an in-print and online article that I did with Mark a couple years back, and you can hear some of the audio of him and I talking in the video I just posted last week. We've always got lessons, guitar reviews, which is what we're going to do today, and different memorabilia pieces and stuff. We always have stuff going on guitar, so all guitar, so please hit that subscribe button. Today, like I said, we have another guitar review, another private owner brought this one in today. This is a beautiful Heritage H-157. I always like to give a little history of Heritage guitars. Definitely check them out. They are out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. They've been there since 1984 when the original Heritage company opened. It was employees from Gibson who had moved to Nashville. And during that time, and around 84, they actually, April Fool's Day of 1985, they incorporated, and Heritage has been there in Kalamazoo ever since, making great stuff. They're under some new ownership right now over the past few years, but still doing some great stuff right there in Kalamazoo, so check them out. This is one of the older ones. This is a 2004 model. This is just beautiful. This is a Heritage H-157 in gold. The H-150 would be the equivalent of what, like a Les Paul standard in the Gibson line, whereas a Les Paul custom would be what you would consider H-157 in the Heritage line. So the difference is the 157 has, wood pickguard, double binding on the front and the back, and maple top, just like you would on an H-150, mahogany body, binding going all the way up around the headstock. Let me get some close-ups in here. So this one, you've got the Heritage and mother of pearl instead of silk screened. Binding on the headstock going all the way around, and on the neck we've got the block mother of pearl inlays with the ebony fingerboard. Like I said, we've got binding on the front and the back. We're going to get some close-ups of all this in the case like we always usually do. Wooden pickguard, and we've got two Seymour Duncan Seth Lover model pickups on this one that just sound fantastic. Grover hardware going on this. We got stop bar, tune-o-matic bridge, and Grover tuners, of course, back up here on the headstock. So just a beautiful, beautiful piece. Like I said, we're going to check this out in the case a little bit closer in a while. These Seth Lover pickups from Seymour Duncan just sound fantastic. To my ear, they're a very bassy pickup, which I love. If I don't like as much bass as I'm getting out of them, I will adjust the treble and whatnot on the amplifier, so that's not a problem to me. So the chords are very big and full, nice bassy response right there. I'm on the rhythm neck pickup. Nice and full, what you would expect from an H-157, but like I said, I believe a lot of the bassiness we're getting on this comes from these Seth Lover Seymour Duncans on here. Great on the bridge pickup too. Switch gets, of course, a lot more trebly. Just a beautiful, beautiful instrument. Let's check her out in the case actually first before we take her for a test drive. So let's check her out and get some close-ups in the case. Here we go. All right, so there is the case for the Heritage H-157 in gold. Definitely period correct for 2004 with the Heritage on there. That's what you want to see if you're looking for a period correct case for these models. So this is definitely the original case, or certainly one from that same time period. If it's not original, the case is in mint condition, like fantastic. So it's just unbelievable. The case looks like it's brand new. There she is inside. Let's get some close-ups here. Got the beautiful gold finish going on. Three-way toggle switch that you would traditionally have on a Heritage H-157. Like we said, there's a close-up of those all gold. Seymour Duncan, Seth Lovers, which I just love, pun intended. We're going to let these go in a little bit here. Very bassy response, and they just sound incredible. Got the wood pick guard going on here that Heritage used to do on their models. I always loved those from the old days. Speed knobs, two-tone, two-volume, all original here. That black just looks fantastic on that gold. I love that. Stop bar tailpiece right there, and two pneumatic bridge. Going up the neck here, I have an ebony fingerboard with block inlays. The frets on this thing are fantastic for 2004. This thing just has not been played very much. It's never been refretted. You can tell all original, and not a whole lot of wear and tear on this one at all. The classic Heritage headstock there going on with the Grover tuners. We're going to flip it over and check out the back here in a minute. Got the mother of pearl, the Heritage logo. I guess if there's one thing I want to kind of point out on the front here, if I get in the light, you can kind of see this finish. This is down here where your arm would rest, right across here, and you can totally see that. I'm trying to focus here. Got one little nick that's missing out of the finish, and then you can kind of see in the light that's like bubbled up versus here where it's not. That's what you would consider normal. I mean, that's just someone's arm, a lot of heat and stuff on there all the time. I'm trying to focus and it's not letting me, but hopefully you guys can see that. And basically that's just caused from your arm resting on there. Heat just kind of makes the finish bubble up after years and years. That just kind of happened from being played. But you don't see that too often unless that, your arm is resting there quite a bit. But that would be what would be considered normal. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that on a used guitar, especially from 2004. This thing's coming up on 20 years old. So let's flip this over and take a look at the back. Okay, so back here, beautiful mahogany wood there. You can just see the grain. It's just fantastic. Got the cavity controls here for the three-way toggle switch. And then, of course, in the back here, down at the bottom as well for the volume and tone. Like I said, that just pops so well, that beautiful mahogany. And then you get that gold finish on the top. Just looks fantastic. Shaler strap locks on here. I'm guessing that was an aftermarket thing. I know Heritage would throw those on sometimes if it was a custom order or something. I don't believe this was. So, I would assume whoever had this at some point through the years went out and got the gold Shaler strap locks and throw those on there, and they look good and they blend right in with the hardware and they work well. So nothing wrong with those. That's just fine. Works very well on the guitar. Neck is pretty much pristine there. No nicks or anything on that mahogany neck. That's fantastic. Going all the way up here to the Grover tuners up here. What you would see a lot of times on Les Paul customs as well. So these just fit perfectly on this guitar, and with the gold like that's exactly what should be on here. Just fantastic, and they work very well. Let's flip her back around to the front here. Okay, actually, We're getting a side shot here. There's, of course, the output jack. Double binding on this thing. I just wanted to get some shots of that, just like you would have on a Les Paul Custom. This H-157 has binding on the front and the back, so just looking beautiful there. And then one more shot here of the front. Like I said, I just love that gold with the black hardware like that. It just pops. Beautiful, beautiful guitar here. The 2004 Heritage H-157 in gold. Alright guys, so there she is in the case, the Heritage H-157 in gold. Just a beautiful, beautiful guitar. I'm going to let these Seth Lovers do the job here. I'm actually not going to crank it up full on today. I'm going to do the classic Freddie King Hideaway tune. Keep this a little bit more crisp and bluesier sounding instead of just letting it full on crank. Don't get me wrong, this guitar will full on crank. If you wanted to, but we've got a lot of other videos like that. And I'm sure we'll have more coming up. I'm just going to let this one, I really love these Seth Lovers from Seymour Duncan. Like I said, they have a real bassy response to them. So I'm just going to kind of let it run on a little bit mellower stuff. We're going to do Freddie King's Hideaway and just some classic blues stuff. And then I'm going to do some slide too. So let's take her for a test drive here and see what she sounds like. Here we go. Check her out. Alright guys, so there she is, the Heritage H-157. This is a 2004 model, once again, in a beautiful gold here. To my knowledge, they are not making the H-157 right now. I know they're making the H-150. Artisan age and the custom core stuff is huge right now. This is being recorded in 2022, October of 2022, and but to my knowledge, they're not making the H-157 right now. I really hope they bring it back. This is a beautiful piece. Like I said, it was more like what you would call the lespaul custom in the Heritage line, and this was from the old guys back in 2004. They sure did some great stuff. Like I said, check out Heritage, though. They are still there in Kalamazoo, Michigan today, putting out some great stuff, so make sure you check them out. Thank you guys so much for checking in today. Please comment below if you have a Heritage guitar or an H-157 or just an experience with Heritage at all, or even a Les Paul custom. I know we have some more of those coming in that we're going to be doing reviews on as well. So please comment. Like I said before, please hit that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. I really appreciate it. Try to get my subscribers up here, so if you guys can help me out and spread the word, I'd really appreciate it. We have guitar content weekly, if not more than weekly, but guaranteed weekly. Artist interviews, lessons, music memorabilia, guitar reviews. We've always got all things guitar going on here, so please be with us. Find me on Facebook at Todd Beebe Music, and we will see you guys again very soon. Once again, thank you so much for checking in. Stay safe and love your dogs, and we'll see you guys again. Take care.